So one is calibrate and then recalibrate and recalibrate and recalibrate. And so by calibrate, it starts with goals. What are you trying to achieve?
Yeah.
And then what do you need to consistently do to do that? So that lends back to the years that I was studying the soldiers and athletes and realizing there is a formula for success at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
There are a handful of things you need to consistently do to be successful. So I just map those out, and I've got those personally and professionally. And that was my life in my startup for 5 years, was helping people figure out that success formula.
Right.
So I do that myself. So I score every week on both my capacity and my production. Am I doing the 5 to 7 things consistently to live my best life? Am I doing the 5 to 7 things I need to consistently do to do my best work? I get into an accountability huddle every Wednesday afternoon, and we share our scores. And so that is a big part of it. And you're still time blocking on your calendar, and you're still doing all the other, things, how you manage your inbox and all those smaller things. But the biggest thing I learned from it was, okay, that's going to work for maybe, if I don't recalibrate, it'll die out in 6 to 10 weeks. If I do know there's a deadline, I can probably make it 12.
Okay.
But every 13th week, I recalibrate. So the last week of every quarter, I do something called PQO. Borrowed this from Greg McKeown, who wrote the book Essentialism. It's a personal quarterly offsite.
Okay.
That comes up this Friday. It's the last day of the quarter, and I'm super excited about it because it's a day that I go spend the whole morning on reflection of everything in the last 90 days. What worked, what didn't work, what would I do over again, what would I never ever do again that touched the hot stove. And then the afternoon is entirely around, okay, let's recalibrate in the next 90 days. What's important now? What do I need to consistently do now? Where does that time need to go? What do I need to deprioritize? And then the thing that you didn't ask about, but still part of that, is once a year, my PQO gets like on steroids. It gets a little crazy. And that's where spend at least an hour to 2 hours focused on dreaming. What do you dream about for your life? And if I did that more than once a year, it would lose its power. It's like you need to go get into the weeds and get busy.
Yep.
In order to really appreciate when you pull back and you look up, is like, am I even headed in the right direction?